Hey guys, this is Chris from Rekkid Talk. So we're going to do yet another contest entry. This one is for Rod, the happy hippie, and he wants us to tell us about 10 things we're hoping for in music in 2023. There's one specific prompt that he wants us all to do, and I'm going to hold that one off to the very end. The other one's pretty much open ended, whatever we want to see happen in music. I try to have my picks be things that are reasonable, at least most of them. You'll see that one of them is going to be completely unreasonable. But first of all, I want a new Juliana Hatfield album, and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. Something I know is going to happen is that there's going to be a vinyl reissue of the Juliana Hatfield 3, Become What You Are, for the 30th anniversary. I've already pre ordered it. If all goes well, I'll have it in late January. I'll certainly have a video about it. But there's also some indication on her social media that she's been recording and mixing a new album. She hasn't given us specifics, so we don't know if it's originals, if it's another covers album. We don't know yet. My number two is going to be to discover a new artist that I haven't heard before that's great. And so I'll show you one for 2022. I'll probably talk about this album at some point when I do my best of 2022. This is Pre-Pleasure. This is by the Australian singer-songwriter Julia Jacklin. And so it is on, I believe, a pretty colored vinyl. Where is the vinyl? Oh, yes. Yes, look how pretty that is. And so sort of your adult alternative-y sort of stuff. You like Fiona Apple. You like those sorts of people. Think you'll like Julia Jacklin. So hopefully I can keep on finding people like this that I didn't know of before in 2023. Number three, pay attention to an old artist that I obviously knew about long before 2022, but never really paid that much attention to. So I'm going to focus on Aretha Franklin. I picked up a couple of her albums on Vinyl Me Please, so I got nice new clean versions. I also have several old 45s of hers that I didn't pull out for the making of this video. This is the one I really just got recently. Of course, it's got Respect on it. And so obviously Aretha Franklin is great. You all already knew that. Didn't really need to tell you that. But I'm sure there are other great classic artists that I've kind of blown off, and we'll figure out who I'm going to pay attention to in 2023. All right, number four, discover a cool artist solely due to the vinyl community that you never would have heard of otherwise. And so my pick for this year is going to be the Washington, D.C. based math rock group Rekkid. This was their only full-length album, is my understanding. Was released in the year 2000. This is, of course, a reissue on Discord Records, so they're part of Discord. And I discovered this because of Mr. Bizarro's live stream, the Hydra sessions, and then the other things that he does sometimes. And so Aaron is a fan of Rekkid. He's played this a couple of times. I picked it up, and I'm glad I did. Number five, keep finding cool stuff in antique malls and thrift stores. Maybe I can keep up those Monday videos where I show you stuff. I have a feeling at some point in the future, either that's going to run dry and that I'm not going to find anything new worth showing you, or I'm going to run out of steam. But I haven't gotten to that point yet. I still have several months worth of footage that I've filmed. And maybe I'll start doing the garage sales, estate sales route as well. I know a lot of other people do that I haven't even explored yet. Number six. Okay, I got to have something that's unrealistic. No more Beatles remasters, reissues. Ha ha ha. Yeah, of course they'll do that. Number seven. We haven't had a new Mudhoney album in a while. It's coming up on 5 years. How about that, Mark and the guys? Number eight. Local H. Whatever happened to PJ Souls from 2004? It's pretty much impossible to get. It's never been reissued. It was put out on a label that went out of business right away. It's not even on streaming services. Somebody uploaded it to YouTube. That's really the only way I have to listen to it right now. It almost never comes up for sale on Discogs, and it's ridiculously expensive when it is. So maybe we can just get a proper issue of Whatever Happened to PJ Souls. They could be on CD. I don't care. Number 9, learn more and appreciate a new genre more. Maybe I should go with classical music. And I realize this one's totally on me to do. And then finally, we'll get to the number 10. So this is the one that Rod specifically wanted us to do. Basically, the give to get back. Who in music would we give up to get somebody else back? Well, who we're going to get back is going to be Ritchie Valens. I've used this before for this because he was literally 17 years old when he died. And obviously, there are tons of musicians who passed away young for various reasons. And obviously, it would be good for all of them to have gotten back that huge chunk of their life that they never got to have. And so I'm going to pick Ritchie Valens. And who are we going to give up? Well, let's give up Keith Richards. Now, I know Rod loves the Rolling Stones. Rod was talking about the Rolling Stones in his videos. And plus, we know this is unrealistic because we all know that Keith Richards is immortal. But I figured it would be a little bit funnier to pick Keith Richards than it would be to pick somebody who I'm on record for not liking, or somebody that we all know is a terrible person. Yeah, we can give up Gary Glitter for like pretty much anybody, but yeah. So just fooling around because we know that this is a complete moot point, but I'd give up Keith Richards to get back Ritchie Valens. So there you go, Rod. Sorry, Keith had a good run.